Okay, shall we start with the classes? We'll start with the Guru Pranams. As we said in the last class, before starting with our shlokas or bhajans or our harikathas and all that, we should always say Guru Pranam because we are receiving the knowledge from Guru, right? Can we start? Shruti, Smriti,
తప్పులు అన్నీ వస్తాయి బయట
Puranam, Alayam, Karunalayam, Namami, Bhagavatpada, Shankaram, Lokashankaram, Yonityam, Achyuta Padambuja, Yugma Rukma, Vyamohitas, Taditarani, Taditarani, Trinayamene, Asmat, Guror, Bhagavatosya, Dayeka Sindho, Ramanujasya, Sharanam, Sharanam Prapatti, Ramanuja Dayapatram, Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam, Srimad Venkatanacharyam, Vande Vedanta Desikam, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shiva Sadhu Gaura, Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So last class we saw about these Guru Shlokas and we said who each shloka is for. The first shloka is for Adi Shankaracharya. Then we have Sri Bhagavat Ramanuja. And then the third shloka is for Vedanta Desika, both of whom have come in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. And the last shloka is in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, where in which our Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder of ISKCON, ISKCON, I had to you about ISKCON, right? International Society of Krishna Consciousness. So we have said all the Guru pranams and we have seen about the Gurus. Now let's start with some stories to listen to some Harikathas. Okay. Many of you might have heard about Dasavatar. Have you heard about Dasavatar? Do you know what the Dasavatarams are? What are the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu? Okay. You need any kids online also. If anyone knows any avatarams names amongst the Dasavatars, you can unmute and you can mute. What are the Dasavatars of Vishnu? If you know one or two avatars, you can tell. Someone knows? We have Krishna, we have Sri Rama. Both are avatars of Vishnu and it comes in Dasavatars. So, okay, who is Lord Vishnu first? In the Sanatana Dharma, we have the Devatas, namely Shiva, who is Maheshwara, then Vishnu, who is Sriman Narayana, and we have Brahma, whom we consider Brahma is the creator of the universe. He creates everything. He creates life. So indirectly, Brahma has created Danya also, and Brahma has created small plants and small organisms, every life form in the universe, and the entire universe itself is created by Brahma. And Brahma comes from the navel lotus of Lord Vishnu. If you see Lord Vishnu, have you seen Sri Ranganatha? Ranganatha Lord Vishnu. Have you visited Mahabalipuram? Stalathena. So in many kshetrams, if you go and see, Lord Vishnu will be Ranganatha, which means he'll be lying on the serpent bed. He'll be lying like this. Right? From his navel lotus, from his navel, there will be a lotus that is coming. You have seen a lotus? From his navel, there will be a lotus that will be coming. And on the top of that lotus, Brahma will be. So Brahma is also born out of Vishnu. And Vishnu is the creator space. He represents the Brahman, he represents space. And Shiva represents the time. We call Shiva as Trikala Dashi. What is Trikalam? Trikalam is present, past, future. Everything put together. He's Trikala Dashi. He's the representative. He's the owner of time. And Vishnu is the representation of space. Okay, so Brahma is born out of Vishnu. So there is the navel lotus, which comes from Vishnu. On top of it, Brahma is there. And Brahma is creating the entire universe. Okay, this is who Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, or Narayana, and Parameshwara. Now, what is Dasarataram? Dasarataram is the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. Okay. There are any number of avatars that Lord Vishnu has taken. Out of those, these 10 are very important. So almost everyone knows. But there are any number of small avatars that he has taken. So you can read about all those avatars in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. Now, what is you should know about basics of what is Bhagavatam, what is Bhagavad Gita, what is Ramayana, what is Mahabharata, what is the difference between all this. Now, if you go to school, right? In school, if you go and tell some story to a friend saying, yesterday I went to this place, these things happened, I enjoyed a lot. Is that a true story or a false story? Say you went to some place on your weekend, you enjoyed a lot, and you are narrating it to your friend. Is it true or false? It happened. So whatever happened on Sunday, you're telling it to your friend on Monday, right? It's something that truly happened. Sometimes when say teacher asks you to tell a story about the tortoise and the rabbit, you tell a story. Do you know if it happened? It might have happened. The general understanding would have happened, but you don't know. You don't have the proof that it happened. Okay. So similarly, in our Sanatana Dharma, we have two kinds of texts. One is called as Itihasam, and the other is called as Puranam. Itihasam means history. What do you read in school in history? You have history subject. Perfect for you. What generally is you read in history? Anyone online? Anyone has history subject at school? Someone can answer. The kids online, can you open, like, keep your video on, and you can unmute and interact whenever you have a question or some question is being asked to you, so that it will be interactive. And whenever there's a shloka being recited, you can also repeat after me, right? So can you please keep your video on, and can you please unmute yourself? Okay. I don't see any kids keeping the video on. Okay. So generally what is being taught in history? In history, they generally teach what happened 100 years ago, what happened 200 years ago, which means something has happened and that is being taught to you. When the teacher is casually telling you a story, it's basically a story and the teacher doesn't have proof that it happened. Similarly, in our Sanatana Dharma, there are two itihasams, the two big epics which are our main texts. What are those two epics? It's Mahabharata and Ramayana. First one is Ramayana because it comes with Veda. I'll tell you about the yugas. First is Ramayana, second is Mahabharata. How are they classifying it into Itihasam and Purana? Ramayana and Mahabharata are the Itihasam. The rest are the Purana. Why do they say Rama and Mahabharata is Itihasam? Because who wrote Ramayana? Someone knows? I want kids online to unmute and interact. Can you also keep your video on? Kids who are online. I don't see them. Am I audible? Can someone confirm? Hello?
Yes, Mataji, you are audible.
So what is the difference between Itihasam and Puranam? There are two Itihasams, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Ramayana was written by Balmiki. We'll see who is Valmiki, what is his story, how Ramayana was written, what is Ramayana, and we'll, as the classes will go, we'll say Ramayana. Okay. So Valmiki wrote Ramayana. And when Valmiki wrote Ramayana, Rama was awake. So after Valmiki wrote Ramayana, it was recited in front of Rama. When you write a poem, you recite it to your mom. Then you go to school, you recite it to your teacher. So whatever you have written, say if you have written about your teacher, okay, then you have written about your teacher and you recite it before your teacher and your teacher likes it. She approves it, saying, yes, this is about me. There should be such a mark for something for a city house. If you are writing about some person, and that person is aware that you have written this about them and they say, yes, this is about me, then it is a proven life. It's like a proven life story, right? So when Valmiki wrote Ramayana, he had his Shishyas who were love and Kush, who were love and Kush were Rama's sons, whose guru was Valmiki. We'll see all those stories going on. So love and Kush, we recited Ramayana in front of Rama, in Rama's court. And Rama listened to it and Rama approved it, saying, yes, this is my story. This is my life story. So Ramayana is Itihas. Similarly, we have Mahabharata, which was written by Vedavyasa. What else with Vedavyasa? He also wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. We see that too. But Mahabharata was written by Vedavyasa. Ramayana was written by Valmiki. So Mahabharata was written by Vedavyasa. Also, the time where all the characters in the Mahabharata lived. Mahabharata had Pandavas, Kauravas. We see this Mahabharata story also. When they lived, Mahabharata was written. So it is also Itihas. Apart from that, we have 18 Puranas. There are many Puranas. Shiv Puranam is there. And similarly, we have the Srimad Bhagavata Purana, which talks about Lord Vishnu, which also talks greatly about Krishna. Okay. Bhagavata Purana is so holy that Bhagavata Puranam has 12 cantos. Like how you have 10 chapters in your shape, there are 10 chapters in science, 10 chapters in maths. Similarly, Bhagavata Puranam has 12 cantos. And each cantos represents each part of the body of Krishna himself. Like say the Bhagavata Purana has 12 chapters, right? The first two chapters represents his lotus feet. His left feet, his right, his lotus feet. 3 and 4 represents his thighs. Okay. Then 5 represents this navel, from which Brahma came, from which came the lotus, and then came Brahma, right? 5 represents his navel. Then 6 represents his chest, right? And 7 and 8, it represents his arms. We have arms, right? Similarly, 7 and 8, the canto of Bhagavata Purana represents Krishna's arms. And then 9th one represents his throat. Ninth chapter or 9th canto of Bhagavatam represents Krishna's throat. And we have 10th canto, which is Krishna's face. Then 11th is Krishna's forehead, and 12th is Krishna's head. So Bhagavatam in itself is none other than Krishna himself. Okay. So, okay, where did we come from? We were looking at the Dashavatars. We have, I said, there are any number of avatars of Krishna. Krishna he keeps taking avatars. Why does he keep taking avatars? For us. To save Dharma. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, right? So, he keeps seeking avatars to save us from the Rakshasas, from the evil, and establish the good in the evils. So, he keeps taking n number of avatars. So, amongst that, 10 avatars are very special, which we call as Dasavatars. Okay. So, we'll see what are the 10 avatars, which are very special. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Parashurama, Sri Rama, Balrama, Krishna, Kalki. Okay. We have the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. So these are the 10 famous avatars, and we'll see the story of every avatar in one day. So first is the Matsya avatar. What is Matsya? Matsya is fish. So Lord Vishnu came in the avatar of fish. Right. There are there are 4 yugas we have. 4 yugas in the sense. Say, what is this year? 2024. What is next year? 2024. Previous year is 2023. So we have 365 days, which is split into every year. So we keep increasing 24, 25, 26, 27, it goes on. Similarly, a lot of years put together, we classify it as yugas. Say 4,84,000 years. How do you classify it? You combine it together, you call it Kali Yuga. So the first yuga is Satyuga, then Treta Yuga, and then Dwapara Yuga, and then Kali Yuga. We are there, which Yuga now? We are there in Kali Yuga. Now the Kali Yuga is done. We are there in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is some 4 lakh odd years. If I'm not wrong, it's about 4,84,000 years. I need to check, but it's 4 lakh odd years. Okay, so many years put together is Kali Yuga. Now, how much is Dwapar Yuga? Number of years in Kali Yuga into 2. Double of Kali Yuga is Dwapar Yuga. Which means 8 lakh odd number of years. Double of Dwapar Yuga is Treta Yuga. And double of Treta Yuga is Satya. Okay, so many years in one Mahayuga. All these 4 yugas put together, we have one Mahayuga. Now we are there in which yuga? Last yuga. We are there in the Kali Yuga. Before Kali Yuga, what do we have? Dwapar, Treta Yuga, and Satyuga. Now we are there in the Kali Yuga. Okay. Lord Vishnu came in the form of fish, which is Matsya, in the Satyuga. Why did he come? What is the story I tell? So there was a king, and his name was Manu. He was a very righteous king in the sense, very good king. He always ensured that dharma is maintained in his kingdom. He took good care of people. He always did the good things. And he kept away from evil. So one day, he goes to the sea to give morning Agni to Surya Narayana. Right? Every day morning, you have to pray Surya Narayana to wish you with good health and all that. And he went to the seashore to give Agni to Narayana. A seashore or lake, and he found a small fish there. And the fish started speaking to him. The fish said to him, I'm
Yes, sir.
very tired. Yeah. Okay. The fish said to him, but I am very tired. I might be eaten by any bigger fishes or anyone in the sea. So it's very dangerous here. Can you save me and can you take me with small fish? And the king Manu was a very righteous person. He was a good person. So he took the fish and he took it with some air. He got a small container filled with water and he put the fish inside. He was very happy. He saved the fish. Then he his day ended. He went for sleep and he woke up the next day and he came back to check how the fish is doing. And then he saw the fish had become bigger, 2 times bigger. Now the container in which he had the small fish was not enough for the fish. So the fish was saying, you have put me in such a small container, I'm not able to move at all. I need a big container. Then Manu, he's a king. He has everything that he wants. A container is not a big thing for him. So he got a bigger container. And in a bigger container, full of big container, he filled the water and he put the fish there. And he was finally happy that fine, okay, at least now the fish can be nicely maintained and he'll have a good life. Then he went to sleep. Next day he came to visit the fish. The fish has become even more big. Now he didn't know what to do. He needs a bigger container. Again he brought a bigger container. He put water in it and transferred the fish from a small container again. And then fish said, "No, I'm fine." This kept happening. The fish was growing and growing and growing and growing. Every day it was growing bigger than what it was the previous day. So what happened at one point, the fish grew so big that the king Manu didn't have that big container. His entire kingdom was not huge. That much the big fish grew. What could he do with that fish? So he safely took the fish and he left the fish in the sea. So he took a nice care of the fish until it became big. See, if the fish is small, other organisms in the ocean, it will come and eat the fish easily. But if the fish is so big, then no one else can eat it because it's the biggest creature, right? So when it became big, until it became big, the Manu, he took good care of the fish. And once it became big, he took the fish and he went to the ocean and left it in the ocean. Then after a while, after some years passed by, what happened? A very big flood came at that time. Such a big flood that it would swipe over the entire hills. Something like tsunami. Tsunami came in our township in 2004. You wouldn't have been born. So many people were affected. Now flood is coming in Chennai. People are worried. The government is giving whatever precautions and all that. People are worried. Similarly, such a big flood came which would swipe out everyone lives. If everything gets wiped out, then there will be no life and there will be no cycle of wildlife and vegetation and all that. Who is Vishnu? Vishnu is the one who is the protector. Brahma is the one who creates. Vishnu is the one who protects. And Shiva is the one who destroys. So Vishnu is the one who protects. He has to protect the people. So all those species which are required, all those animals, all right, so people, being like Manu, who are required to be alive, keep the cycle of life moving. The fish saved them, which means the fish said, the flood is coming, but I'm capable of swimming, so I can float on the flats. I'll save you from the flats, you come and sit on me. So all these people, whoever was to be saved, whoever are good people, the fish, which is the Matsya Avataram of Lord Vishnu, the fish took those people upon them. They kind of rided on the fish, and they escaped with the flood. So till the flood was over, the Matsya, the fish, the small, it was saved by Manu, which had become bigger, saved Manu when there was the flood. Okay. And then once the flood was over, the fish left them on the land and they were fulfilled and organizing their lives. The fish had saved and they started life and everything became normal. So what is the moral of the story? What do you think is the moral of the story? Anyone online? Any kid online? What is the moral of the story?
పట్టింది సార్ మనకు పట్లమా వచ్చేసినా పట్ల అవుతుంది.
Okay. Anyone wants to tell what is the moral of the story? Okay, let me tell you. The moral of the story is that if you're a good person and you do good to people, Manu was a good person. He saved a small fish. Okay, and in return, Lord Narayana, who was in the form of fish himself, which was the Matsya Avtara, saved him, and there was a big flood. So that's why they say Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitana, which means if you save Dharma, Krishna will save. You need not worry about us. If you stand for Dharma, if you stand for good things, then Krishna will save. You need not worry about us. Krishna is there for you. When you are the guardian of Dharma. Right? This is the story of Matsya Avtara. which we have seen. Now, we will see about the next avatar. Next avatar is Kurma. Right? Next avatar is Kurma, which we'll see in the next class. The story we'll see in the next class. We'll sing the bhajan that we sang in the previous class. We'll sing. Hey Madhava Madhusudana is coming. We'll sing that bhajan today. He Madhava, he Madhusudana. He Madhava, he Madhusudana. Damodara Muralidhara. Damodara he Muralidhara. He Madhava, he Madhusudana. Manohara he Yadunandana. Manohara he Yadunandana. Deenavana Bhavayabhujana. Deenavana Bhavayabhujana. Deenavana Bhavayabhujana. He Madhava, he Madhusudana. Damodara Muralidhara. He Madhava, he Madhusudana. Manohara he Yadunandana. Manohara he Yadunandana. Manohara he Yadunandana. Deenavana Bhavayabhujana. Deenavana Bhavayabhujana. Deenavana Bhavayabhujana. He Madhava, he Madhusudana. Shall we learn Samvadal Bhajan today? We learn one more bhajan today, then we conclude it. Anandaramana Atmarama Anandaramana Atmarama Anandaramana Achyutachisava Harinayana Atmara Anandaramana Achyutachisava Achyuta Achyuta means one who can never be wrong, one who has no flaws. Who is Sri Krishna? Krishna is always right. Because he's Parabrahman. He's not like us. Huh? He's the Parabrahman. So he has no flaws at all. We might have small flaws. Say, I might be bad at writing. Someone might be bad at reading. Someone might have some evil thoughts. Someone might be, you know, very fond of eating. So some people keep eating. Huh? But Krishna has no flaws at all. He's just perfect. Are we perfect? No. We have some other things. But Krishna is perfect. He's flawless. He doesn't commit any mistake. So he's called Achyuta. So Achyuta is Krishna. Okay. Athara Anandaramana Atmara Anandaramana Ramana Achyuta Kesava Achyuta Kesava Harinayana Achyuta Kesava Harinayana Atmara Ananda Achyuta Kesava Harinayana Bhavapaya Vanditacharana Bhavapaya Vanditacharana Raghukula Bhushana Raghukula Bhushana Rajiva Lochana Adinarayana Anandashayana 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 means to speak like this with Anandam. Anandam corresponds to bliss. He doesn't worry about it. Right? So who sleeps like this blissfully? Anandashayana. Shayana is sleeping. And we just discussed that Ranganathan sleeps like this. Ranganathan sleeps like this. So how does he sleep? Anandava he sleeps. Blissfully. Anandashayana. Adinarayana. Ananda Shayana Sachidananda Shri Sachidananda Shri Satyanarayana Sachidananda Shri Satyanarayana Atmara Ananda Atmara Anantarana. Okay. So whatever bhajans we have learned, two bhajans now. One is He Madhava He Madhusudana. One more is Atma Rama Anandara. I'll send you the notes on WhatsApp. You can practice. This class 2 I have recorded. The recording also I'll send on. Okay. Now we see Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can also say Loka Samsta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Why do you chant Hare Rama? Why do you want to chant Krishna's name? Not because India needs a pencil box, not because that India needs good marks, you should chant Krishna's name, thinking that everyone in Lokam, everyone in the universe should live happily and peacefully. That's why we say Loka Samsta. The entire Lokam, Sukhino Bhavantu, should live happily. So I should say Loka Samasta Sukhino. Okay. Hare Krishna. We'll end the class today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.